Klay Thompson is shutting the critics up once and for all. After months of doubt and skepticism, the Splash Brother is back and absolutely destroying it on the court, proving the haters were completely wrong. But did he really bounce back from those injuries, or are the Warriors just hyping up an aging veteran's recovery? Klay's comeback is going to leave everyone speechless. Let's dive into it all now. Klay Thompson is back, and no, he's not the shadow of the player who was one of the NBA's biggest stars in recent years. He's back in full force, and I know you, Warriors fan, have been waiting for this. What many thought was impossible is happening right before our eyes. Klay Thompson, after 2 massive injuries and months of recovery, is playing like never before. And what do the haters have to say now? They're silent. No more arguments, no more room for criticism. The Splash Brother is back, shutting up anyone who doubted his ability to return to his peak. And let's talk about this, because Klay Thompson's turnaround is a story worth telling, with every detail about how he's back to dominating the court and showing why he's one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. When Klay tore his ACL in 2019, followed by an Achilles rupture in 2020, we were all in shock. That combo of injuries is one of the most devastating for any athlete, and people started asking, is Klay ever going to get back to his level? Some even started downplaying Klay's impact on the team, using the time off to speculate the Warriors should look for other options. The pressure was building, and comparisons to other big-name athletes who struggled after heavy injuries didn't help. But when Klay Thompson finally came back to play, the reaction was explosive, and trust me, he didn't return to be just a solid player. He came back to be the player. His shot, his defense, his off-ball movement, everything that made him a franchise legend. It's back, and it's stronger than ever. Right from the start of the 2021 to 2020 season, Klay was already showing what we all hoped for. But with a bit of surprise, many thought he'd need time to adjust, that he might not be the same, that he might be slower. But what we saw was a more aggressive, confident Klay with that deadly shooting touch that no one could stop. In fact, today's Klay seems more focused, more determined, and the way he positions himself on the floor, moves without the ball, and creates space for his shot is more refined than ever. And the numbers, unquestionable. Not only is he getting back to his old level, but he's hungry to prove something, and the critics who laughed at him, they've got nothing to say now. In one of his recent games, he put on a show in a win against a direct rival. Klay looked unstoppable. He dropped an impressive number of points, with a 50% three-point shooting rate, and every time he let it fly, it looked like it was destined for nothing but net, and anyone watching couldn't miss the spark in his eyes, the energy he brought. He wasn't just playing, he was showcasing his greatness, the dominance he's always had, and that many doubted he could get back. It wasn't just a comeback, it was an explosion of confidence and skill. Now, let's talk about what everyone's been waiting for. How does Klay Thompson's return impact the Golden State Warriors? The Warriors have always been a team with the core of stars Curry, Green, and of course, Klay. That trio helped redefine modern basketball, and the Warriors are still an incredibly strong team. But let's be real, without Klay at his best, the team lost a vital piece. The Warriors system depends not just on Curry's brilliance, but on Klay's presence, whether it's as a perimeter sniper or someone who can create space for Curry. With his movement and constant shooting threat, when Klay returned to being that guy, the team chemistry was restored, and the Warriors became a legitimate threat again. He's not just a shooter. Klay has been excellent defensively, guarding opponents aggressively. Plus, he's that player who, at the end of a game, when everything seems decided, just grabs the ball and flips the game on its head with one or the clutch shots. And what happened to the haters? Where are those people who said he'd never be the same? Let's be honest, many were saying he wouldn't recover the same way, that the injuries and time off had limited him. But, as always, Klay silenced all those critics with his performance on the court. Now, they've got nothing to say. Klay's haters have to swallow the truth. The player is back, and he's stronger than ever. He didn't come back to be a shadow of himself. He returned to be a dominant force on the team. And honestly, those who doubted that owe him an apology. Now, I want to know what you think. Warriors fans, what do you make of Klay Thompson's epic recovery? Is he playing better than before the injuries? How does this impact the Warriors' future this season? And most importantly, could Klay be the key to the team dominating the NBA again? I want to hear your opinions in the comments. because this is a discussion worth having. The truth is, the Warriors now have back not just a great player, but one of the franchise's greatest icons, someone who can change the course of any game with a single shot, and that's what Klay Thompson brings to the Warriors. He's not just part of the team, he's a key piece to their success, and with him back at his best, I see a bright future ahead. So if you're not convinced of the impact Klay has on the Warriors, my friend, just watch the games and see the magic happening right in front of your eyes. The haters, they might try to deny it, but the courts and the stats don't lie. Klay Thompson is back, and he's back stronger than ever. And you, Warriors fan, are you just gonna sit back while Klay continues to shut the critics down? Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments and make sure our team stays in the conversation. Because when it comes to Klay Thompson, it's always good to remember this Splash Brothers still got a lot of water to shoot. Let's dominate together.